before the book Brother was originally the love interest. My first thought was, I don't write in order on Taylor Swift songs, so I know so much about relationships. I just hated it to switch to a brother-sister relationship. Like a love triangle, it's gonna be great. Hello you guys, welcome back to the series before the book where we talk about all the things that are happening before my next book comes out, which is super exciting. I'm not even sure if I want to do this video, but I feel like I kind of need to, if that makes any sense. And you guys, so this is the fourth video I'm filming today, which is insane because I go back to school tomorrow. But I need to hammer out my content, get my crap together. And today I have realized how many gray shirts I have. Why do I wear so much gray? Like, I don't know, I love gray. Like, I do, but why do I have so much of it? Like, for me, like, my design style is definitely, like, neutrals with pops of color, if that makes sense. But we're not here to talk about my design choices. We are here to talk about mental health, kind of. So, I mean, like, trigger warning. We're going to talk about mental health. Also, don't want to be sued. I am not a mental health professional. If you need mental health help, find a licensed professional. I'm just an author on YouTube. But today we are going to talk about how the Jameses influenced my new book. Now, if you don't know who the Jameses are, check out that video, because I don't really want to explain it. But today we're gonna start by looking back on the conspiracy series, because a lot of that, so with the conspiracy series, yeah, I'm now realizing that I kind of wish I was doing this video on my bed, but we're good here, we're fine here. But with the Jameses, in the beginning, so the friends were based off the Jameses who were in band with me. And in The Killers, if you haven't read my 3 books, go read them now and then come back. In The Killers, the last book, when Iris goes back home, she doesn't go see her friends. Which, when I was writing that, I know for a fact that the split hadn't happened yet, but it was getting there. It was almost there. It was at the start of the split, and I think that was me knowing that I wasn't going to end up going back to them. And so much of this is rooted, so much of the conspiracy is rooted in the split, and this was also during the pandemic, and so it was a really difficult time for everyone, my mental health, and I found out earlier this year that I have something called PMDD, and that was influenced by the pandemic for sure. And while writing the conspiracy, I was going through a lot of stuff in my personal life that, and with the Jameses, just so much mental health stuff went in there, and like how I was being treated, definitely that I was pushing away, and I felt like I needed to be rational, that I needed to be reasonable, and I couldn't think. I couldn't feel that I needed to be the shining star. If that's not a reference to my school, but you know, I needed to be the person everyone saw on the outside. I needed to be calm and collected and have my SHIT together. And so I was forcing that. And one thing I really want to stress to you guys is, if you go through something, do not explain yourself in writing. You did what you thought was valid. You don't owe anyone anything. You don't owe anyone anything. Especially strangers. You don't owe anyone an explanation. You did what you thought was right, you did what was valid, and you're going to stick with your decision because it was your decision. You don't need to explain yourself. And then with killers, if you didn't know, Iris does end up going back to the island. And on top of going back to the island, at the very end, she completely leaves the island. And that for me was leaving an old life. So if you guys didn't know, I was in public school, elementary through middle school, and now I'm at a private Catholic high school. So leaving the Jameses, leaving public school, and stepping into a new life. And looking back on the new book, it is so therapeutic for me. And for me, I'm really getting closure. And so much of it was influenced by the Jameses and how I was being treated and how I was being lied to. And I was constantly being shot down. And on June 28th, 2022, finished the first draft of the book. And then on July 12th, I was finally clean of the Jameses relationship. And I want to explain what being clean means. So it is a reference to a Taylor Swift song, but let me pull out my journal from that day. So if you guys didn't know, I do journal at night. Let me find it. It was July 12th. Here we go. Okay. So it is based on a Taylor Swift song. So what I had originally thought was, so here's just what I wrote. What does clean mean? I've always thought that it was when you can hear their name or see their face or have a memory pop up and it won't affect you. Maybe I should change that. Then we're popping forward. Maybe clean means you still remember it and you still remember the pain, but it doesn't cause you pain anymore. When you remember the old pain, but it doesn't cause you new pain. And for those who, I've never had like a romantic relationship, so can't speak to that, but with friendship relationships, like, and I'm assuming that for romantic relationships too, that's what clean is. It's not complete indifference. Well, it's not they don't exist. It's not nothing ever happened and they're strangers. It's they can't cause you pain anymore. That's what being clean is. But let's get back to the books. So, this new book is a commentary on toxic relationships. Gaslighting is a super strong string that is woven throughout the book. That is super important. And you guys, creative writing is another form of artistic expression. I actually vlogged this. I went to a coffee house at my school coffee house. It was supposed to be an evening in the arts. And it was originally just going to be a choir performance, but we only had 2 people in our choir. So everyone just kind of showed up. So we had some piano performances, a lot of singers, the drama class went, and I made up a story on the spot because creative writing is an art form, and this is artistic expression, you guys. It's... Oh, sorry. For legal reasons, there no person living or dead is in any of my books. It's completely coincidental because of legal reasons. Oh my gosh. And you guys, I just want to say that this new book would not be what it is without the Jameses. So if you guys are like hating on them, knocking on their door, like, I understand where you're coming from, but sometimes you need to go through bad things to be the person you are. Like in Wicked, you're constantly changing, and the people around you constantly change who you are, and sometimes you need to go through terrible, terrible situations to break free and find who you are, how you want to be treated. And on that note, I'm gonna leave you. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please like and subscribe to my channel for more before the book. Now, I'm thinking, let's see, let me pull out my content calendar. So this one should be coming out in on September 10th. And then the next one should be coming out October 15th. And then November 19th is what it's looking, but things are constantly getting moved around on that thing. So stay tuned. I will see you guys next week with another video, not in the series, on Saturday at noon. Anyway, I'll see you guys then. Bye.